Alright guys, here we go with some more of the house in Fata Morgana. So first impressions of the game so far, guys, is that I'm liking it. I am very interested in what the story has to tell. I am still a little lost in what's really going on, like whether or not I play the character of Mel and I'm living his life to see what's going on with me and what happens in the future, like as to why I'm an amnesiac spirit, I believe. So still a lot to learn, but this visual novel so far has me hooked. So I'm gonna keep going, guys, and I hope you continue to enjoy watching. And let's get to it. Alright guys, and we are back. However, the ladies of the house all had Abigail, so there were several women servants, myself included. The maids, by and large, were selected from the daughters of other esteemed families. It was, you could say, a sort of training before they entered society. The girls would serve at houses even more powerful than their own. And the white-haired girl Mel saw the night before was one such maid. When he heard this, Mel could not sit still any longer. Oh, I didn't really think this through, did I? I don't even know where she is. I'm guessing she's probably Mother's maid? White hair. It has to be the girl from last night. But deep down, he was having difficulty believing the young woman he had seen the previous night was truly here to be a servant. And can you blame him? When he saw her, she was an absolute mess, hardly what you would envision from a girl of class. But he did not seek her to find out whether that was true. He merely wanted to see her once more to ascertain whether what he had witnessed the previous night was real or his imagination. And he wanted to have an actual conversation with her. I don't want to run into Mother. That would be awkward. He was heading toward his mother's bedchamber, but the closer he drew, the heavier each step grew. He rounded a corner debating whether or not to head back and stopped in his tracks. On occasion, wishes do come true. When Mel turned the corner, he saw her, the same girl, that same white hair. Ah! She appeared to be cleaning the hallway. She traced along the wooden carving lining the walls, making certain not to miss even a speck of dust. The girl wore a pristine dress, the uniform of the mansion's Abigail's. There was no longer any filth to obscure her beauty. All that had covered her pure white hair and glass-like skin was no longer. All that had covered her... Oh, sorry, we're repeating again. The one thing that had not changed was her listless ruby eyes. Pardon me. Hearing his footsteps, the young woman raised her head. She caught Mel's gaze and for a brief moment merely blinked at him in silence. Lord Mel, yes? Your father's informed me of you. Did he? I guess I don't need to introduce myself then. I believe she made an attempt to smile, though it was difficult to tell, and she quickly dropped her gaze back to the floor. Flax and Ruby met only for the briefest moment. She seemed to be looking at both someone and no one at all. Everyone here truly has the most beautiful color of hair. Did you have business with the mistress, Lord Mel? I can't let her know. I can let her know if you'd like. No, I was looking for you. For me? Mel felt as though all the blood in his body had begun to flow backwards. He could not effectively describe the sensation, but in a word, it resembled panic. On his way to find her, Mel had come up with a number of subjects he wanted to talk about, and he generally had little trouble speaking with others. He had less experience interacting with women, this was true, but the time he had spent around Nelly had kept him from stumbling too much. Until then. Yes, for you. Why would you be looking for me, Lord Mel? I was wondering how you were doing. Pardon? I'm quite fine. Good, that's great to hear. You fool, Mel, what are you even saying? You have more important things to ask, like where she came from, or to tell her she has pretty hair and eyes. But I don't want to trouble her too much. Lord Mel? Yes. Sorry, you just suddenly fell silent. Sorry, you just... Oh, here we go again. Sorry again, guys. Was I, in your way? In my way? Not at all. What are you up to? I'm cleaning. Well, yeah, I didn't even need to ask. Ah, you're cleaning. This whole conversation reminds me of that awkward conversation between Peter and MJ in The Amazing Spider-Man. Not MJ, sorry, Gwen. Look at this. Oh, you can just let the other servants take care of the cleaning. You're one of the noble's daughters we took in, right? Then why is mother making... No, I'm doing this because I want to. The mistress appeared to be busy and I could not simply be idle. But I enjoy cleaning. Well, if you say so. Say, yesterday. This mansion is truly a thing of beauty. All the many roses in the garden, even the furnishing has had a great deal of thought put into it. This family must have a wonderful sense of aesthetic. Oh, yeah, thanks. Did she just change the subject on me? I'm delighted to have been given the opportunity to serve at such a magnificent house. Mother and father actually had nothing to do with that, not even the garden. That's all been around since my grandfather's time. This mansion was a complete wreck when he bought it. Oh, was it? Yeah, frankly, I'm surprised he actually paid money for it. The chandelier in the foyer was shattered and only half attached to the ceiling. Most of the decorations on the walls were broken. I can hardly imagine. This is a marvelous, impressive house. I'm sure he'd be flattered to hear it. My grandfather was a bit of an eccentric. He'd like to do things people didn't expect just to watch the looks of surprise on their faces. He was the kind of man who would buy a mansion that was beyond repair just to give it a completely new life. Everyone who had seen the property before it was renovated was astonished. They regretted not taking the opportunity themselves, seeing the transformation underwent. Huh? I was just thinking that you're kind of like this house. What do you mean by that? I mean, when you first arrived... Oh, no, never mind. Forget it. She'll figure you out. She'll figure out you were peeping on her, stupid. She hasn't yet, has she? Yes? It's nothing. The more I think about it, you and the mansion aren't really comparable. Oh? The truth is, it being a rundown mess isn't the only reason nobody wanted to buy the house. They say that all who dwell within this house shall be met with misfortune. Oh, that was a very odd flashback, or scene. Do you believe it? I'm just kidding. It's not actually true. It's all rumors and hearsay, embellished to make the tale more exciting. The rumors only started because of how it used to look. If the mansion truly begot misfortune, then we wouldn't still be here. And it wouldn't explain how my grandfather died. Do you know how he passed away? No. How did he? Inside a lovely lady. What? Believe it or not, that was how he died, together with a young, beautiful woman. His time ran out while he was making love to her, they say. A rather crude way to go. But he was hardly misfortunate. What'd I tell you? Ah. Yes? Just so you know, I promise I didn't inherit my grandfather's propensity for such base behavior. I am a pure of body and spirit, dedicated wholly to my studies, so... Hey, she laughed. My apologies. No, it's fine. Anyway, we were talking about the mansion, right? I've always thought it was kind of strange place myself. That dress you're wearing, it was found here after my grandfather bought it. You don't see that kind of design around these parts, so I'm guessing it was probably imported. The architecture is really old-fashioned too, which must have caught grandfather's eye. When he announced his plans to buy it, the entire family opposed his decision, but he refused to budge. Renovation upon renovation gave the mansion new life, but of all his work, he was most fond of the roses in the garden. He collected species from all across the world, and every time he got a new one, he would summon gardeners to arrange and grow them. It took incredibly long to complete. There were even some that wouldn't grow in the climate of this land, but grandfather refused to give in. He truly loved roses. Me? I don't really get how someone could be so impassioned about them. It's just embarrassing every time someone calls this house Rose Manor. Perhaps the roses were meant for someone. What? I'm simply speculating. Roses make wonderful gifts after all. Indeed, they do. You know, for someone that is quote-unquote stumbles in his conversations with women, he's doing pretty well for himself so far. If you like roses as much as Nelly, then you're welcome to go see them for yourself. Pick as many as you'd like. If anyone asks, just say I gave you permission. Don't be shy. I'm sure it'll get tiring if all you do is work. No, I'm sensitive to sunlight. Vampire? Oh, that's unusual. Perhaps that explains why you're so pale. I had no idea. That sounds rough. And your skin is so pretty, too. You don't seem terribly surprised. What? No, I'm very much surprised. Or would you have preferred a more dramatic response? No, I expected you to find it disturbing. I'm sensitive to sunlight and can hardly spend any time outside. Makes me sound like some kind of demonic creature. Like a vampire? No, but I know that there are some people that really are allergic to sunlight, so... Makes sense for her, though. Oh, you worry too much. There's not a monster in the world as sweet as you. Oh, man, this guy's already, he's moving. Yes? Are the other maids teasing you, perhaps? That black-haired one especially, she's... How should I put it? A little frightening. Almost as if she has a steel heart or something. She's impenetrable. Right, she's one of Mother's maids too, isn't she? Now I'm even more worried. Since you refuse to follow my instructions, you are henceforth hellspawn. I can imagine her saying that. Oh, and again. I'm very sorry. No need to apologize. In fact, I wish you'd laugh more. She's actually very kind to me, and everything she does with incredible precision and efficiency. She looks so young, and yet she has such skill. Or maybe she's the vampire witch. How long has she been here in the mansion? Actually, she's been here for quite some time, but I don't know exactly how long. Oh yeah, now I'm really thinking she's the witch. No one knows how old she is. It's kind of creepy. I have never once considered her such. Sorry, you're right. It's bad manners to speak ill of others. Either way, she still scares me. It's like there's no light in her eyes, or like her smiles are all faked. That doesn't make her any less pretty, though. The conversation died. I have to think of something else to talk about. Yes. You can ask me anything. Does the master, your father, Lord Mel, often retire from the mansion? I've not seen him around. Oh, yeah, father frequently returns home. This mansion is actually our secondary house. Why do you ask, though? I was just curious. Nothing more. Oh. Here we go again. Yes, what is it? One of the maids asked to see me, so I should be on my way, if you'll excuse me. What? Alright. See you later, then. Goodbye. Oh, right, one moment. Since you're sensitive to the sun, I can pick some roses from time to time for you. For you to decorate your room. Lord Mel. That's all. Sorry for holding you up. Why am I so bad at this? She definitely thinks I'm obnoxious. I want to hide under a rock. I want to reverse time and try this over again. Roses are not becoming of me. Don't say that. Come on. He is too kind. Historia continua. Well, anything that matches her eyes. You have my thanks, Father. And I apologize for being late today. Now, there's something unusual. You not being punctual. Maybe next time we'll go a whole month without rain. Do have mercy on next year's crops, Mel. Oh, he's got jokes. You hyperbolized father. Try to see if I read that right. Hyperbolized. So did something nice happen? Huh? You look like you're in good spirits. Do I? No, nothing. Something did happen, didn't it? It's all over my face, isn't it? People prefer an open book to a face of stone. So it is. People may prefer it, but it's not a good trait to have for social engagements. What? Not the kind of engagement you'll be having anyway. I'm sorry, don't look so dejected. For now, at least, there's nothing wrong with that. So tell me, what has you in such a joyous mood, Mel? You torment me so, Father. We've taken on another maid. You know how that goes, right? Someone new comes and things get lively for a while. All the excitement has gotten to me, that's all. Oh ho ho, he picked up on that real fast. Why are you looking at me like that? No reason, no reason. So, what family does the little lady come from? Oh, I don't actually know. You don't know? I was gonna ask her, but I missed my chance. Father has returned home and I can't speak to the mother. I can't speak to mother, sorry. I see. She's cut your eye, has she? Yeah, she has. But the truth is, you're more than just interested in her, are you not? What? No, You truly do enjoy tormenting me. Well, I should be getting home now. Mel. Yes? Make certain you find out where she's from. If you're genuinely interested in her, it's your responsibility to determine if she's actually suitable for you. Thank you. And excuse me. It doesn't matter if she's from an esteemed family or not. No. I'm not in love with her. I'm just interested. This isn't love. No. It couldn't be. This is me we're talking about. Besides, I hardly even know her. Young sire, blessed young sire, alms for the poor. It's the same beggar as before. I don't think he's moved since then. He looks skinnier than last time. He's gonna have trouble making it through the summer. I should give him something while I still have the chance. Alms for the poor, have mercy. Sorry, but this is all I have to give you. Ah, thank you very much. Blessings upon you. May the Lord bless your soul, young sire. Thanks. I feel bad for him, but that's just the way of the world. Farewell. The skies are really clear. The sun shone fiercely down on the town that day. As was characteristic of the area, cloudy days and rain were frequent during this season, but the sun almost always took the stage the day after a storm. The cathedral standing tall in the center of town, the stone-paved streets clacking with the pleasant sound of footsteps, the people peering out from beneath awnings to look up at the sky. In Mel's eyes, it was as if they were all blessed by a divine light. However, not everyone living in the same land was equally blessed. In fact, the blessed were far outnumbered by the forsaken, even if their time would later come to be referred to as the Golden Age. Elsewhere, back at the mansion, Nelly was causing trouble for the Abigails. On a whim, she had decided to redecorate her bedchamber, so she gathered the maids and put them to work, shouting orders and demands and complaints. And she had not summoned only her personal servants, but others as well, including the white-haired girl. No, not like that. How many times must I tell you? The tapestry goes by the door, and I don't like the carpet's pattern. Is there anything else we can change it with? Hey, who put this ugly vase here? Nelly appeared to be rather irritated, and it was the servants who bore the brunt of her frustration. Though if they found this similarly vexing, none of them showed it. She was a girl who spoke her mind, a trait particular to that time in history. Women of the Golden Age were so vivacious, in fact, that it inspired parody and satire in foreign countries. But no matter how hands-off her parents were, had Nelly been born a generation earlier or a generation later, she likely would not have been able to act so free-spirited. That day, however, Nelly did not seem to be her usual self. Though she always spoke her mind, it rarely went beyond being childishly adorable. It was unusual to see her in such a foul mood, not even a smile on her face. Oh, we all know where this is going. Ugh, get rid of all of it. The carpet, that chair, that desk, it's all so ugly. Don't we have anything better? If we don't, then order it. Have it made. You can do that much, can't you? Hurry up and replace them. Having only arrived that morning, the white-haired girl was unsure of what she was supposed to be doing, caught in the middle of a flurry of maids and furniture and fabric. She chased frantically, scrambling Abigail's with her eyes and made attempts to help, but not being familiar with the work, she only ended up getting in their way. She probably felt that everyone would be better off with her not in the room. So when the maids ordered to get new furniture made their way out of Nelly's room, she attempted to follow them. You, hold on a second. You, yes, you, with the white hair. However, Nelly stopped her before she could take her leave. What? The white-haired girl turned back, bewildered, to find Nelly smiling at her. The corners of her mouth turned up into a self-assured grin. There was no trace of timidity or uncertainty in her demeanor. Her flaxen eyes seemed like they would look nice under the light of the sun. Almost the exact opposite of the white-haired girl. I wanted to talk to you, actually, but Mother never was one to share. I asked her to trade maids, but she wouldn't have it. Trade? You mean for? Which is why I decided to completely redecorate my room, because I would need some extra hands. But why? Because Mother and Father refused to tell me anything. Why is that? Who are you exactly? Where'd you come from? Tell me, what house are you from? Why can't you tell me? If we took you in, you must be from a fairly decent family. As a member of the Rhodes family, I have a right to know. Do I not? You can't expect me to welcome a girl into my home who won't even tell me where she came from. I don't know anything about you. I haven't seen you at any parties. I came from another country. Another country? What country? Somewhere very, very far away. Oh. North of here? East? West? South? This girl's really nosy. South. It's south from here. I crossed the sea to get here, which is why we have never met before. How far did you have to travel then? How many times did the sun rise and how many stormy nights did you face? Innumerable days and nights were sailed, heading over further north. Huh? So tell me. Lady Nelly, that is a most wonderful painting. She just tried to brush me off. I won't let her get away that easy. Painting, it is in my room, so of course it's wonderful. But that one's especially so. You're both so adorable, you, Lady Nelly, and Lord Mel. How old were you when it was painted? Huh? Ah, that painting. Goodness, yes, you have a good eye for art. It is magnificent, isn't it? Oh, she is good. This was done when I was 4 and Mel was 7. You see how we're standing next to each other holding hands? I was too young to remember it very well, but Mel looks like he was really embarrassed. But standing there like statues makes for a boring painting, Nelly explained brightly. Having completely forgotten she was pressed up against the white-haired girl, she did a little twirl, stopping to face the portrait. Though many paintings lined the walls of her room, Nelly was most fond of the one of her and her brother. Two darling siblings standing side by side, the older brother smiling kindly and the younger sister sweetly tilting her head, her cheeks the color of the fresh picked apples. It was like the very embodiment of their happiness. A painting lays its subjects bare, you know. Fortune and misfortune, happiness and sorrow, enshrined on canvas for all to see. And this reflection is not merely limited to the point in time it was made either. Did you know, Master, that paintings are alive? They are drawn with a brush over an extended stretch of time, unlike photographs which capture a singular moment. Now that is an incredible description of a painting. I like that. Extended over a stretch of time? The two have their own individual merits, but a photograph is still, while painting moves. Portraits reveal both the past and the present state of those they depict. Mel and I have always been close. I would sing songs for him and he would teach me about all sorts of things. He's so smart. Nowadays, Mel hardly even goes on walks with me, making excuses like, I'm an adult now, but we used to spend a lot of time playing together in the rose garden. I see. The white-haired girl normally had difficulty smiling, but her lips naturally curled upwards as Nelly reminisced. A vision of the two happy siblings had probably swelled up in her mind, and I imagine there was a faint trace of envy in her heart as well. Lady Nelly, you love Lord Mel quite deeply, I see. Yes, of course I do. Mel's smart and he's studious and he's incredibly kind. For my birthday, he gave me this wonderful rose necklace. The jewelry shop he got it from is famous because even the royal family makes commissions from their workshop. so he had to have it ordered months in advance. Just for me. He's a prince. Oh? He's pretty charming, wouldn't you say? That's why I call him my prince. But you know what? Mel's a terrible dancer, and he still hasn't got his feet on the ground yet, and he's so bad at interacting with girls. So there's no one else who would say that about him. He is quite the gentleman. I assume women would be drawn to him. Gentleman. Have you met Mel already? This morning, briefly. That reminds me, Mel seemed to know about her too. What do you think about Mel? As I said, he is a gentleman. That's not what I mean. Don't think I'll let you get away with putting any funny ideas in his head. What? Mel is too trusting. He's pure of heart, so I won't stand for you trying to take advantage of him. I would never. So you say, but you actually want to get close to him. I wouldn't dream of it, Lady Nelly. He is a man far beyond my reach. You aren't planning on doing anything, are you? Not at all. And you don't have any romantic feelings for him, do you? Well, dang, it's a little too soon for that. What? Well, do you? I have no romantic feelings for him, Lady Nelly. And you won't develop any? Well, she can't control that. Do I have your assurance you won't fall for him later? No, she has no control over that. I will not. And with that, Nelly gave a wide, satisfied grin. Oh, because that's the end of the... that's the end of the topic now, huh? Just like that. Even though one has no way of knowing how another truly feels or how they might in the future. See, even the witch knows. I'm calling her a witch, man. You wouldn't, would you? Now that I think about it, there are plenty of other boys. You getting together with Mel is downright absurd. Indeed. But anyway, back to what we were talking about earlier. Your family, I almost forgot. You haven't told me exactly where you came from or anything about your... Lady Nelly, I brought a new carpet. Just look at the embroidery. The work of a true artisan. I'm simply in love with it. Surely you will find it to your liking as well. Wow, you're right. That's a Florentine stitch, isn't it? I wonder whether someone mimicked the style or if it was imported. Either way, a great find. Let's hurry up and get it laid out. Oh, and we'll have to see how the colors go with everything else. We have to finish big decorating quickly so I can show Mel. He'll be so surprised. What wonderful taste you have, Nelly. I feel bad for her, the white-haired maid. When other Abigails returned, so too did the bustle within Nelly's room. As the white-haired girl watched, a faint smile crossed her lips. Perhaps it was from relief at having escaped Nelly's inquisition. Or perhaps... Ah, Nelly, I'm back. Did you eat something you're not supposed to, dear Smell? You're unusually cheerful. I'm the same as always. Anyway, never mind that, dear Smell. Take a look at my room. I redecorated today. So that's what you've been hiding away in the house all day, Nelly. How's that any different than what you were doing? You were in the church all day. I guess. I will look at your room, I promise. But first, do you know where the new maid is? Uh-oh. Nah, don't get any strange ideas. I just haven't yet had the chance to introduce myself, and I thought I should as a member of the family. Except you have, and I know it. Being the eldest son, it would be shameful if she were to pass me in the halls, not even knowing who I am. So, don't ask me. What? But you were in the house all day. She attends to mother, so why would I know where she is? Though she did help me decorate my room. You made her help? That's work for the manservants. There was no reason to make the maids do it. Oh, so you're saying I should invite a bunch of men into my room? I go into your room all the time, Nelly, and you were in my bedchamber just this morning. Only one man is allowed in my bedroom, dearest Mel, and that is you. So unless you become a servant, which I will not stand for, I will not ask any of them for help. Ah, Nelly, you ought to be a little more... A little more what? If you're gonna lecture me, I won't hear it. What am I gonna do with you, my little lady? What? Why are you looking at me like that? We talked about you, dearest Mel. And I'm not gonna tell you what she said. About me? What'd she say? Please, Nelly? She said... She said she has no romantic interest in you. What? Why did that even come up? Because we're both girls, we talk about things like what kind of boys we like and who's the most handsome. Why do you look so downtrodden, dearest Mel? You look like a sad little boy who can't get his crush to notice him. This is so wrong. The sister is just destroying him. That face is unbecoming of a prince, Mel. Are you interested in her? That's strange. You haven't even met. It's just depressing to find out that someone you've never even met doesn't like you. That's all. Alright guys, I'll have to end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. This part of the story has been pretty interesting so far. I especially like how the sister's reacting to her brother and how sad he looks because she had to tell him that this maid doesn't like him, which isn't necessarily true because we don't know how she really feels yet. But anyways guys, thank you all for watching. Until the next one.